Hi, my name is Kevin Taylor. I would like to ask, is Nana Addo Akuffo Addo a tyrant? This is With All Due Respect. So, with all due respect, I am going to be blunt with Ghanaians, and more especially my fellow NPP sympathizers, who today condone and support dictatorship and crime, all in the name of politics. What we witnessed at Ayawaso West is a clear sign that this president and this NPP government are a bunch of tyrants who only care about power. I'd like to tell my fellow Ghanaians, especially those condoning what happened, that the deadly monster the NPP party, and more especially the president, Nana Addo Akuffo Addo, is nurturing today, will come back in no time to kill we Ghanaians. Yes, it's going to kill us, it's going to kill our loved ones and the unborn generation if we don't start thinking as rational human beings. Today in Ghana, a certain president oversees the weaponizing of criminals to intimidate and assault Ghanaians who voted for him to become president. We have allowed tribalism and hatred for some individuals to consume us to the point that we are just looking on for the little democracy and peace we have enjoyed being taken away by a few who are filled with greed and wickedness. Nothing on this earth can convince me, Kevin Taylor, that the president, Nana Addo Akuffo Addo, is not the one behind these criminals who are assaulting and intimidating and distracting a lawful election at Ayawaso. What happened at Ayawaso is the beginning of our end as a country, and if we don't act fast and wise to protect our peace and freedom, this president and his group of tyrants will destroy what we have built over the years. To me, I see this president to be more of a tyrant who will do anything to keep power, even if it will cost the lives of the ordinary Ghanaian who gave him that power. For the past 2 years since Nana Addo Akuffo Addo took office, lawlessness and uneasiness has gripped this nation. Nana Addo Akuffo Addo is acting like a thirsty tyrant. Everything about Akuffo Addo shows traces of a dictator and a tyrant to me. But do I blame Akuffo Addo? No, I can't blame him fully because suddenly the so-called wise men in Ghana have become mute and dumb. They have swallowed their voices, which has given the president the audacity to execute his evil deeds on innocent Ghanaians. It is so shocking that the so-called statesmen and the men of God have become quiet on this brutality on ordinary Ghanaians. Groups like the Christian Council have now become selective in their approach. They have ignored the pain and suffering of the ordinary Ghanaian who has been murdered and shot at point blank. To me, I think a group like the Christian Council is a waste of time. These old men are all depressed, greedy, hypocritical sycophants. They speak more like evil preachers than peace preachers. Hatred has consumed their hearts to the point that they no more care about their credibility as men of God. Peace Council is a waste of everyone's time, and I will urge Ghanaians to ignore their comedy and hypocrisy. They have overstayed their visit, and my advice to them is to go back on their knees and ask for forgiveness because their actions today will make it difficult for them, each of them, to enter the kingdom of God. With all due respect, now my fellow Ghanaians, I would like to ask you people these simple questions. Have you people asked yourselves why you voted for Nana Addo Akuffo Addo? Has he been able to fulfill even 3 of the extravagant promises? How important is the ordinary Ghanaian, I mean you, to this president? Do you people think you are even important to him than his useless cathedral he wants to build to please himself and his family? Can any reasonable Ghanaian boast of a decent living condition since this NPP government led by Nana Addo Akuffo Addo came into office? The honest truth is this man has failed in almost everything. Whatever he has touched has turned into a curse, from education to economy, from industry to infrastructure, agriculture and employment. But instead of him being honest and humble with us Ghanaians, he has now decided to inflict more misery and chaos on us, the people, all because his thirst for power is unimaginable. Every time I hear this president talk, I feel so sorry for him because he has disappointed himself. He has disappointed the whole nation, and more importantly, he has disappointed his father. I am so hurt today because I can see from far that Ghana is on the brink of collapse under the leadership of this petty president whose actions and traits does not look different from a thirsty tyrant. His appetite for lawlessness is a clear indication that Ghana is in a very difficult time. If you are a Ghanaian and you support what happened at Ayawaso because you think your party is in power, then you are equally as devilish as the perpetrators. Let me make one thing clear to Ghanaians, that those thugs or criminals who were armed by this president and his government to brutalize Ghanaians are still living amongst us, and the probability of them becoming more powerful and dangerous is great, because their leader, who is the president, Nana Addo Akuffo Addo, is still the head of this nation. This is something that should make us very worried as a nation. My fellow Ghanaians, Ghana is not different from any country which has been plunged into war. So let us not deceive ourselves that we are special. We just have to count ourselves lucky because we have the opportunity today to reflect on the mistakes we have made in the past 2 years and correct them in the years ahead. Finally, with all due respect, if you are a citizen and you think what happened at Ayawaso will never end up at your doorstep in the near future, then you are as stupid as the word stupid. If you are a parent, a student, a businessman, and you think that what happened at Ayawaso is a joke and that it can only happen to NDC folks, then I would like to tell you that the beginning of the end is nearer than you think. I have the strongest conviction that what happened at Ayawaso was just a statement from God to the wise ones amongst us that we should be wise and correct our mistakes as a nation. We have to do this to save the nation, because if we don't, then in the near future, we Ghanaians will be refugees in other people's country. We will curse ourselves, but it will be too late. Nana Addo Akuffo Addo is a potential danger to the democracy and peace we have enjoyed over these years. His actions over these few years should make every single Ghanaian very worried. This man is a failed leader who has lost everything, from credibility to self-respect, so he wouldn't care to go down with us in his grave. But we have to stay together as a people and resist these evil intentions. As an NPP sympathizer, I am ashamed and I curse the day I voted for Nana Addo Akuffo Addo. This man is just lawless, petty, and I pray my fellow Ghanaians don't make such mistakes again. At this point, Ghanaians should put aside our differences and think as humans. We should not allow a few who are power drunk to destroy the peace we have enjoyed all of these years. It is about time we took a step back, both the young and the old, and make the wisest decision. A decision that will hold the peace and democracy we have enjoyed for all these years. My fellow Ghanaians, let's choose peace over petty politics and tyranny, because it will bring unforgettable wailing and misery on us. Let us come together and speak against tyrants who want to divide our great nation, for it is said, and I quote, "If even ants stand together, they can even tie down a lion." Let's come together as one people and fight this menace. My name is Kevin Taylor, and this is With All Due Respect.